Good evening. Welcome back, Queens. Tonight, I kind of changed a little things up. I know we were going to do some um, really hard and heavy kind of things about ourselves, but I think tonight we're going to talk about some unspoken girl rules, the rules that no one taught us, that nobody wrote down, that for some reason we just know for some unexplainable reason, just like guys have bro codes. Um, the quiet agreements, the little head nods, the say less, I got you moments. These are the rules that show up in bathrooms and group chats, friendships, breakups, first dates, last dates, at the moments that we instinctively protect, support, and side eye together. Um, and what I love most is that these rules cross age, race, sexuality, gender expression. It's just a community of knowledge, and it's passed down, I guess, through like vibes or um, some sort of like telepathic tendencies or something. So I hope that we're laughing tonight. I hope that it just sends us into the holiday season of just being happy and talking about those things that just make us know the things. We don't have to confess our deepest, darkest secrets. To talk about you know kind of moments. So I want to start a rule that kicks in automatically, one that activates the second you walk into like a public place, right? How do we move through the world together? So if I said, give me some unspoken rule that a woman does in public spaces, is there something that just pops into your mind, like when you walk into like maybe into like a restaurant bar and you see a woman sitting at a bar and she just kind of looks at you and gives you this look like this guy's getting on my nerves. So is there an unspoken rule that pops into your head? Anybody can answer.
Oh, then absolutely. If I see the girl giving me the the conspiratory oh my god, please save me look, then that's what I'm doing. Like we're going to come over. We're coming to somebody's rescue, right? Like it is time to oh my god, girl, I can't believe it's been so long. Let's go sit over here. And who are you? Like, oh, yeah, no, she's totally married. I don't know. We got to go. Absolutely, that's the rule. That unspoken communication that women have with each other, for sure. Of come save me. I'm not feeling this. Like, be my friend in this moment. And I do feel like I've never seen a situation where that didn't get fully followed through on. Like, I've never been out and seen somebody or been the girl where I'm given the come with me here, save me from this ridiculous situation, and somebody didn't say, "What? That's crazy. Oh my god, your name, words. Let's go." I mean, I can't be alone with that one.
Kanisha, Miss Michelle.
I definitely wouldn't say you're alone, Ariel, but also I'm also a different walk of life type person. So I'd be just in the room minding my business, and I don't go out like that. So I'm normally a loner. Like every time I go somewhere, I'm by myself. So if I were to see, like, if we're going to talk about like seeing somebody who needs that help at like a bar or something like that, I'm quick to be like Ariel when I am out to like walk up and act like I know you and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" You know what I mean? I may not even know you. I may interrupt your whole entire conversation, and you gonna think we know each other. But I'm gonna look at Ariel and be like, "Hey, girl, how you doing?" You just gonna start talking to me like, and I'm gonna be looking at you like, "Can you talk to me, please?" You know what I mean? Like, hope you catching what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Let's hold a conversation. But when it comes to like a code or something that I'm where I'm by myself all the time, like my code is just I be just in a zone. Like I'm minding my business. Like I'm here, I'm there. I see certain things, but girl codes, I don't even know. Like if I got like maybe y'all have to bring up something because I don't like y'all know I just rock to the beat of my own drum. So I'm not really like I'm different.
All right. I don't. I don't think you're different. There's a comedian and she talks about people from New York and that the code is mind your business. And really, I'm going to mind my business. Now, if I go in the bathroom and she follows me in and she goes, hey, can you help me out? Do this, do that. Then yeah. But generally, if I'm either by myself and I'm not really paying attention to it, or I am with someone and I'm not really, I'm minding my business. So you would have to, if someone would have to approach me. If I were in the bathroom and someone came and said, "Girl, could you do me this favor? I'm sick of this person," and then I might follow up in doing that. But other than that, hey, I walk by, I say, "Hey, you knew what you were signing up for when you went out." I mean, you should have done your homework, and I'm going to mind my business.
So today we were out and having dinner, and the waitress was talking about angel shots, which I'd never heard of. And it's where you go up to the bartender and you ask for an angel shot, and that is to prompt the bartender to being aware that someone is bothering you, whether you came with them or you didn't come with them, but that the person that is sitting beside you or that is in your face is not someone you want in your face. So it then prompted the conversation of, if I was sitting there and you walked up and asked for that angel shot, the bartender wouldn't have a chance to get you out of this situation. I would automatically just be there like, "Oh my God, aren't you Cheryl? Didn't I meet you one time at a high school reunion with my best friend?" And just kind of come up with some story. So that's what kind of prompted things, is like, I had never heard of the angel shot, but I do know this, close your hand over your thumb thing, that like if you're walking in public and someone is,
Hmm. Hmm.
trying to do something to you. I did know that one, but I didn't know the angel shot thing. And for me, yeah, I'm absolutely going to step in and do the things that need to be done without even thought of it. But on the same token, so Ariel was like, "Yeah, but if it was happening to you, what would you do?" Well, we all know that I'm going to sit there and not do anything. But yeah, so that's really what prompted this. So how about text me when you get home? Is that an unspoken rule?
I mean, I don't know that it's
You mean from
unspoken.
friends?
Yeah.
You mean like a woman thing? Like if you're out with your friends and you say text me when you get home? I
Yep.
think that should be a given if you all went out together. Like, I feel like you should all know that if you really went out together for a good time and you're close. Now, I feel like I said, I don't go out like that. But if I were to go out and like have a good time with everybody, I would hope we would let each other know that we were home safe. So we would know those things. But you know how you just meet people out like not like that. But if we plan to go out together, yes, let me know when you get home. Now, if we just all meet up, I don't gotta tell you when I got home. Like, that's not your business. We just met up. Like, but if we plan to go out together and we all left together, or say I left before you, okay, yeah, let me know when you get home, Lee. You know what I mean? Because you gotta go home, Lee, let me know when you, but we all plan to go together. That's my thing. If we just meeting up and you just, Michelle just so happened to pop up, like, I'm not gonna expect either one of you to say, message me when you get home. I do think it's a thing when we drop each other off that we should wait for them to get in the house.
Okay. Yeah, I do.
Like, I even
I
do
do
that
that.
with my
Yeah,
kids.
I do that.
I do that with my kids, and when I drop kids off, yeah.
Yep. I wait till I try to wait till people get into the house. Like I see that they arrive
Mhm.
safely. For me, my rule is more not just like let me know you get home, but like if we came together, we're leaving together. Like I know that's a tough one. That's not unspoken. I speak that one. I'm like, so don't invite me
Mhm.
if you're trying to like find somebody to go home with, because if you come in, we're going home together. I don't do that. Like I'm expecting that, if we Ubered, the same Uber price that was got us here is getting us home, that I know where everybody
Mhm.
is and they're safe. Like that's it. Like I don't like that. It's happened to me like once or twice where I went out with like a group of people and then like one or two is like, "Peace, see you tomorrow." I'm like, that's not safe. I don't like that. I don't feel good about this
See, that's
at
why I
all.
always That's why I always drive. I always drive. I don't ride with nobody because I
Mhm.
leave when I want. I come when I want. Like I may be later than y'all. Y'all get there at 6. I might arrive at 6:30. Plus, I got Crohn's disease, so if I gotta leave, I'm not waiting on. Then I'm messing up y'all's whole night.
Mhm.
I'm always by myself. I got my own like stipulations and things like my health. I might decide, hey, I got a headache. I gotta go. I can't stay long. You know what I mean? Like I'm out. I'll text you when I get home. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I'll text you when I get home. But
You know,
I normally drive.
you know, my mother always said, "Call me when you get home." My mother
Mhm.
always said that. So I'm sort of like, if I go out with a group, or and she also did say, if you go with them, you're all supposed to leave together. You don't leave nobody hanging unless you were sure how they were going to get home.
Hmm.
But I do know that if I go with a group, or if they drop me off, I will, particularly if the weather's bad, or they're leaving here, leaving me late. I say, let me know when you get home. Just shoot me a text. Or if somebody's traveling, text me when you get home. But
Mhm.
I know that that's where that came from. My mother was always like, call me when you get home, and woe betide you if you didn't call her when you got home. And you call, oh yeah, well I got home, I was up all night wondering, so I do that sometimes, like particularly if someone's been over to visit me when they leave. Hey, well, let me know when you get home, okay?
Hmm.
But generally, hey, if I go with a group, I leave with that group. Unless you tell me, like, hey, I'm making this move over here. And then I might say then, well, okay, later on text me and let me know
Yeah.
that they want to axe murder, you know. Mhm.
Yeah,
So do
like
you
can I get a share of your location? That's what I've done. Like,
Mhm.
if I have somebody who's insistent that they're not coming right now, I'd be like, I would love when you get where you're going, if you could share your location, just a quick ping so I know where you're at. I'm gonna screenshot that, and then I guess you are to call me tomorrow so I know, yeah, the not axe murder thing. Super important to me. Um, but yeah.
are there then antiquated girl um understood things like when one girl goes to the powder room, the other girl, like if you're double dating, both girls go to the powder room at the same time?
Well,
Is that antiquated?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know how they do it today. I always used to go, like, we used to go to the bathroom together when we would go out because the bathroom was always down some long, creepy hallway in the club. And so you didn't want anybody, like, you wanted to make sure that nothing was happening, that you weren't in the bathroom alone, and that kind of like that, and you weren't going to get harassed on your way. It wasn't, and that you could keep track of your group, not necessarily about, like, I don't know what men think women are doing together, but it's like, really, we're just trying to like move in
You
safety.
don't want to know. You don't want to know what they think you're doing in the bathroom
Like, move
together.
in safety. I mean, at a restaurant, like, if one person gets up, I don't feel the need to like get up,
Mhm.
especially if I can see the well lit, like, easy to like find bathroom. It's like, oh, you're going to the bathroom, cool, it's right over there, cool. And then I just kind of keep an eye out, like, that way, if anything shady were to be happening, like, I kind of am like peeping that, like, but I think, way less likely in like a Olive Garden than at, like, shampoo in the 90s. So
Mhm.
I'm with you. So, like, a while, a long time ago, when I would go out, I would always make sure that I went with people to the bathroom. One, because when you go out, sometimes everybody don't. Now, I'm not a drinker, so I don't drink like that. I may take, you know what I mean? Like my mixed drink ends up turning into water by the time I'm done because it's too much ice. And too much juice. But anyway, so going to the bathroom with somebody is like, first of all, alcohol plays a part for me, and everybody don't take everything the same.
mhm,
And we all know when people go out, everybody got their own attitudes, right? And I feel like I'm always the peacemaker. So I don't like bad energy. So to protect the people who are drinking, like I like to be in those spaces conversating so people feel comfortable because anything can happen. And I would not like someone that I've went out with to get in a fight in the bathroom and I'm just out there dancing on the floor with this watered down drink and I'm not even drinking. You know what I mean? So at least we go together. Plus, like you said, there's weird bathroom places sometimes when you go out. So when you go out, you don't want that person that's been drinking because most of the time when you go out, people are drinking. It's not likely you've got one person like me who's, at least a DD, but normally people are drinking, they're out having a good time. So you don't want them to get used and abused. But also, like Ariel said, if we are out at a restaurant, half the time, and like I said, I always go by myself anyway, so I don't expect nobody to go with me. But if I'm around people, I may or may not go depending on the atmosphere. Like if the atmosphere is cool and I see the bathroom, like Ariel said, like it's like right there, it's well lit, it's cool. You start taking too long now, I'm gonna get up and go. You know what I mean? But if you just go, like, okay, we're going to the bathroom, cool. I'm just sitting here eat my food because I like to eat, but I don't want mine to get cold while you in the bathroom taking forever. But I'm with Ariel when it comes to like certain places and spaces, though. It depends for me, though, because like I said, I don't go out
Yeah, I
like
mean,
that.
so for me, like, it's not even always like clubbing. I don't really go clubbing anymore, but like I might go out and like, let's say you were going to a comedy club or something, like, you know, those
Mm-hmm.
are still like people are drinking, like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just not always like, safe spaces for a
Mm-hmm.
woman to be walking alone. It's just not. So,
Yeah,
um, I feel like I was thinking,
especially in the area.
yeah,
No.
especially like at night, or and
Mm-hmm.
also I've been, I guess, another, I don't know if it's unspoken, but I do think that I feel like women are always trying to kind of look out for other women. But like if I see, if like, let's say if I'm leaving like a club or a party or a bar, anything late at night, and I see a woman walking alone, especially if she's walking in the same direction as I'm walking, hey, why don't you walk with me and my friend so that you're not walking alone? Where's your car? You know what I mean? Like, can we like all kind of travel in group? Can we get you to your car?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like how can we be safe with each other? Like, um, yeah, I feel like that's another thing that women do for each other. Like, I feel like we always are kind of like looking out for each other. Like, um, I mean, I remember being like a teenager on the bus, um, or yeah, on the bus, and I was sitting. I don't know how familiar you guys are. Like, when's the last time anybody got on a bus? But like like in the front are seats that are kind of like facing each other, like in a line before the seats that kind of like face forward start. And there was a man apparently sitting being gross like two seats back and the facing each other, but like the other seats were blocking him from me. I couldn't see it, but there was an older woman sitting across from me who could see him being nasty, and then literally got up, told the bus driver, told me, and was like, hey girl, you gotta keep your head on the swivel. I'm just over here minding my business, doing my very best to like not make eye contact with anybody. But I mean, I feel like that happens a lot, that women are like making sure that we're safe in, especially in public spaces. Older woman looking out for me, who was like a teenage girl riding a bus by herself, just going about my day and my life. And it was, and by the way, not like the middle of the night. This was like a bright sunny afternoon, so he was being gross just blatantly. But
Well, I think okay, if I don't know where I'm going, I'm not familiar with it, I always try to go before I leave the house. But one of the first things that I do is when I get some places to scope out where the bathrooms are. I
mhm,
don't need somebody to go with me, okay?
mhm,
But I learned from someone who
Exactly.
was in healthcare that if you see someone, and it can be someone who's not with you, and something looks odd and they're going in and they don't come out after a while, you go and you check on them. I
mhm,
did that once too. I saw an older gentleman and he was a little wobbly, and I saw him go in the bathroom and he was in there and in there and in there. And I went and told one of his friends, I said, your friend hasn't come out yet. And I walked with them. And it turned out the guy was in there, he was really sick and they called EMS. But I know when I leave, okay, I also, if I can't park close or unlit, I'll go
mhm.
back home. But here's the thing, if you having a house party and the only place I can park is 2 blocks down, Michelle's
I'm not going.
not really. Michelle goes back home. But by the same token, like if I sort of wait and I see people who are leaving, I'll leave in a group. Or if I'm waiting for Uber, I'll stand inside. But I will also, I was at a thing and an event and I was getting ready to leave and I saw this guy who happened to be on the city council. And I said, you know what? I'm ready to leave. Would you mind walking me to my car? you know, or I will ask someone. I've asked a more masculine presenting woman who I knew, Although I said I could kick their butt myself, but they'll be more afraid of you. Can you want to walk me to my car? But if I can't be close and I don't feel, I ask. But I always look around and try and figure out if someone from my party goes in the bathroom and doesn't come back. I don't know if they're drunk or what, but I might go then and look. But for the most part, I've gone in the men's room. I go in to do my business. I go in, I shut the stall, I pee, I come out. I'm not standing in line with 50 women waiting for the two stalls that are probably going to be out of toilet paper. I'll go knock on the door, incoming, I'm sure it's no. So, I think that there's things about bathrooms, and I think that it evolves as it goes. I think part of it is a safety issue, but you know what? Hey, and I'll tell you, if I go someplace and I go make it into the ladies' room and it's nasty, I'm gone.
Mhm.
I'm gone. Mhm.
So here's one that I think is going to be really funny. Have you ever been your friend's fake emergency phone call when they've gone out on a date? Like they're having a first date and they're like, okay, 10 minutes into the date, give me a call. And if I answer this way, give me an excuse. And if you've done that, what was the excuse?
Oh,
I'm gonna go ahead and start it off and say that I've never done that, but I know I am the perfect person to do that with because I would be on the other end of the phone, like you would be cracking, like you really like I would be the best person to have fun with on the other end of the phone. Like I've now I ain't gonna lie, I've not the phone call, but I've been like the stud like girlfriend, like yeah, like not acting like it, but yeah, I'm like I give you that look, like yeah, we together and we family. That's the thing. It's crazy because yeah, like yeah, she don't want you, we together, like you know what I mean. Like I've done that, but I've not done the phone call, but I've done the kind of act like yeah, I'm with her type thing, like yeah.
so I've done the phone call about dates, about work, about that's like they,
You would,
yeah,
you sound like you would.
my people know like you like but like tell me first, like don't let me like be surprised because I'm gonna be surprisingly honest about what's happening if you call me and you didn't prep me first. But yes, absolutely, I'm not gonna name any names because I don't know who's watching this podcast and I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but absolutely, I have been the oh my god, oh, and the excuses are anything. It's oh my gosh, the baby just dropped a thing or just bumped their head or um we have an emergency at work or you'll never believe who just got engaged. Can we go? Like, I mean, anything like, oh, your mom called me. She said that she needed you to pick her up. Like, I mean, just anything depends on what the situation is. For the date one. Oh, oh, okay. Um, for the date one, that one time that happened, I just was like, oh my gosh, I need you. I have been in a car accident. Just leave there right now and come to where I am. And it's like, oh, you were in a car accident? Yeah, I was in a car accident. I need you to come pick me up. I have a flat tire. I was like, it can't be anything that he's gonna feel the need to come help you to get with me. So like, I need you to come to the hospital. Yeah. So yeah, that was because one time I did an excuse and he was like, oh, I'm gonna come help. And she was like, oh, no, like the flat tire one doesn't work because a good person is going to be like, oh, well, I have a jack. It's like, oh,
Or I can
I
help.
can help.
A good person's gonna say they can help. They should be saying, "Can
They
I
should be
help?"
saying, can I help?
Yeah, they should be saying, "Can I
So
come
yeah,
help?"
Well,
I was
I
like,
have them.
no.
I would have them set it up. I'd say, okay, Lee, who you going out with? You're going out with Kenesha? Okay. All right. So you can tell her, set it up in the beginning that, I might have to check on Ariel, because she's been sick. And if when I check on her, something is amiss, I have to leave. And in this world of everybody got their phone, they're texting, so she can either text
Mhm.
you or she can call you. And then I go fill in the backstory. Like, yeah, temperature 2 150, and then but you've already
250.
but I've already told you to set up the
Big stick.
backstory. So you go in there going like,
Dang,
I might have to run.
you need ice and everything.
You know,
So
that's
yeah,
it.
I mean, for me, like I'm telling you, like I'll be sitting minding my business in my house. This used to happen. I hope I'm not diming anybody out, but like I used to be sitting in my house minding my business. With my mom would come up, Ariel, you need me? Yeah, I need you right away for a thing. Like, and I would say like, oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know how to make this. Can you help me? This roux, like this, I'm cooking dinner. Like I don't know, it's messing up. There's smoke. Come down now. I'm like literally sitting there like, and be like, just I'm like, okay, yeah, I need your help right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you on the phone? It really can't wait. Like, that would really be
A whole mess.
I had a friend tell me that she needed me to call 10 minutes into her date, and I was like, okay,
Dang, where she go?
and I didn't know what I was going to say. It was like, oh my god. So I call her and she's like, hey, is everything okay? Which was the code thing, right? And I was like, no, I have diarrhea and I broke your toilet.
Dang.
And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, so you got to come home. It is all over the place and I'm not cleaning it up. And she was like, I hate you. I hate you. I was like, okay, that's cool. Are you on your way home though? She's like, yeah, I'm on my way home. And I was like, now explain that to your date. And she got home. She was like, I couldn't keep a straight face. How was it supposed to be an emergency, Lee? It was,
if
and
you're
I'm like,
busting out
oh my,
laughing.
I was afraid. My friends would say like, they would call into work and say, my grandma died. And I was always afraid if I said that, my grandma would die. So I didn't want to tell a lie that,
See,
that somebody would
that's my issue. I can't
be
lie to
fucked
save
up
my life.
about it, right? So I was like, I
I
got
can't lie.
diarrhea, broke the toilet. So
Well,
I figured
Dang,
it
clog
out.
it up.
well, that's why I let the datee set up the story so that if they need me, I'll back it up. Because if you do that, odds are, you're going to run into that person and go like, well, how are you doing? That was quite the temperature. And you're going like, huh? So that, because I know that she has set it up, I can fill it in. But I'm like you, I don't, if you lie, you get caught up in it sooner or later.
I can't lie.
Oh,
I'm
did you
gonna
get those
caught.
tires fixed?
So,
No.
I mean,
What about
Yeah,
it?
I'm gonna
I
get
mean,
caught. I'm gonna get caught. I'm gonna forget.
I
no,
don't know.
I can't
I'm
lie
gonna
to
tell you
save my
right
life.
now.
You can't have me
You
on
know,
that.
like,
You can't have me on
if
that
I don't
phone.
want to be with someone, I'm going, it might be a little
I
rude,
can't do it.
but
I can't
sometimes I say this isn't working, or I've done the thing where, I'm leaving. And,
I haven't had that opportunity. So
I said, this just is not
mm.
working. It's been nice. Do you want to split the bill? What? I'm done. And and people who know me know when if it ain't working, it just ain't working, and I'm not going to stay there. So I try to. You get caught up in lies. And I try not.
I'm gonna have you all messed up. Miss Michelle gonna be like, I thought we said, and then the person gonna look at me and be like, you remember when? And I'm gonna forget all about what I said. I'm gonna mess your whole lie up.
So
Mhm.
that's the
Forget.
thing. So I don't know.
I'm gonna
Me
forget.
and my friends are pretty like ride or die. Like I don't know if you've ever seen the video where like your man or your significant other calls your best friend and is like, oh Ariel says she was with you. Where's she at? And like you're sitting right there next to him. I mean, 100% of my friends would lie and be like, yeah, she's on her way. She didn't get here yet, but she's on her way. We just talked. I mean, like all of my friends would just like back that play and then call me like, what's up? What am I supposed to be saying right now? Like I tried to get off the phone real quick. Like, but what's up? Are you good? Do I need to come? Like, what's happening? But like, yeah, and I would do the same thing. Like if I got a random call from one of my friends' significant others, like I'm gonna be like, what did she say? Well, she said she was coming here. She said she was already here. You know what? let me check. Maybe she pulled up. I'm gonna call you back. Click, but then I'm calling her. I'm like, I'm gonna light up that phone. I'm not gonna like leave her out there. Why did you lie to him? And why didn't you tell me you were lying to him first so that I could like smooth this along? Absolutely. Um, I mean, it might be important, but
I guess I can honestly say I don't really have experience with these things because I was, tied up for 21 years and I didn't really do nothing. But I don't know, and I still don't do nothing. So I don't have people that I would need to call.
Mm-mm.
I don't want nobody. I don't go nowhere. Everywhere I go is community work. So I'm by myself. So when somebody does try to talk to me, I swear my face tells on itself. Like I don't my eyeballs say everything. You can see it with my lips and my eyeballs, but I'm just like, I don't know. I don't really have much of these experiences. I know how I would act or how I would react, but I don't have a lot of these experiences to actually comment on. I know what
I
I
mean,
would do.
that's a lot of drama, you know. I mean, that's a lot of drama. Don't have your person call me and think I'm gonna back you up. If you let your person, first of all, why is your person calling me?
First of all, what kind of relationship is
Thank
that?
you. And if your person calls me, as we say, hey, I'm minding my business. My name is
Well,
Michelle, and
And,
that's your hell. I'm done.
oh, good.
You know.
So I never had to lie to a friend's boyfriend or girlfriend. I was never asked to do that. I was asked that on a first date to do the one thing. I was never asked again because it kind of got around that I'm not really good at it. So nobody asked me
stop.
to do it anymore. So let me ask this:
Please.
when you're venting to your friends, are you looking for advice or support?
depends. Like I would say, like sometimes you just look an event. Like
Mhm.
sometimes I just need to let off the steam and like bitch about. I do try to be really, now that I'm older, try to be really cognizant of not only saying the bad things to my friends, because that's sometimes you get into that habit, right? Like where you're always venting about your job or your SO or your family, whatever, and and you're not calling with the good stuff because that just kind of like passes you by. Like you're not calling to say, "Oh my god, it was so sweet," like, but you're always calling with, because that's when you need to, reach out. Um, but most of the time, I'm usually looking for emotional validation, and I don't know if that's me because I'm neurodivergent. Sometimes I'm not sure, is my reaction appropriate, too much, or not enough. So I'm sometimes just looking for like, hey, what's your feeling on that? Like, was that like the right level of pissed off? Am I not pissed off enough? Um, what do you think about that? Does that feel legit, or does it feel a little bit hinky to you too? That kind of thing. So usually I'm looking for like emotional validation, um, and a venting space, not necessarily solutions. Um, that's me.
Right. I think I'm more so just looking for first and foremost, I'm different. So I don't fool with people. I don't talk to people. I don't vent. So when I am talking to somebody that I do trust, which is very, very few, and have a selective few of people, it's usually just so I can vent and get it off my chest because I normally hold everything in. And where I do know that I have a lot of health issues, one, my fibromyalgia is my nervous system. So I know me keeping things and keeping them suppressed. I'm good with meditation. I'm good with breathing exercises. I'm good with doing my sound bowls, with reading and coloring and things of that nature. But when I need to vent myself over something, most of the time it's just, I just need to get it off my chest and then I'm done. Like, okay, thank you for listening to my TED Talk. I'm good.
Is that Laffy Taffy? Is that cherry Laffy Taffy?
Yes, it's strawberry.
Strawberry Laffy Taffy.
Yeah, listen, if Queens gets big enough, they need to go ahead and sponsor snacks because I'm always eating on every show.
Well, I know I have a few people who I want to vent to. Usually when I vent, it's done. You know, it's like, and they did this. And so I told them that I'm not looking for advice. I'm not looking for you to tell me. I just need to vent and get it off and then I'm done. But
Mhm.
I don't have many people that I do that with, and they know me. And usually they'll say, "Well, they didn't know you, did they?" Yeah, no, they didn't. I mean, so that's it. I just need to, when it gets to that point, sometimes I just need to vent, and usually it's just to tell someone how I handled it. And they go, "Yes, you did." Mm.
I like that. Yeah. When I'm venting, I'm venting. When I'm asking for advice, I'm asking for advice. Sometimes you just need to bitch about things.
Mhm.
When your best friend breaks up with somebody, are you on his side or their side?
Bestie all the way, that we ride or die. He doesn't exist anymore. I don't care if you're the one who cheated. Um, I feel like whoever like you were friends with first, that's who you were friends with last. Like whoever I started this whole situation with. I mean, I might not always approve. I don't feel like everything is my business. So let me say that. If I'm like, it's not for me to morally police my friends. If they are making decisions I wouldn't make, that's on them. I might offer advice if it's asked for, but yeah, if they break up, bye. Like we're not still friends. We're not still cool. He's gone. We're done with him.
I don't have like besties or anything. So, like I said, I'm weird. I'm a loner. So, I don't fool people like that. But I talk to a lot of people and I'm grateful that people trust me. Um, I've talked to a lot of people who are in relationships or coming out of them, whether they be whatever kind of relationship it may be. My first go to is not necessarily whose side I'm on. As y'all always know, I'm always about love. So I'm always asking them things about how they feel, if they're comfortable. Is this what they feel is okay? Like, do they feel safe? Are they setting boundaries? Is this making them happy? Like, I'm not going to tell them to leave. I'm not going to tell them to stay. I'm more so worried about your mental health and how this relationship makes you feel. And if you so happen to choose and feel while I'm asking you a boatload of questions that you don't feel like you want to be in that relationship anymore, I'm a firm to believe you'll be like, okay, so what you gonna do about it? That's just me how I am, and I've done that a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot.
Yeah, I'm the hard question friend too. I'm gonna hold up the mirror, I think, sometimes. Like
Mm-hmm.
if the advice is asked for. Um like
Mm-hmm.
so like this is a real thing. Like my bestie was with a guy like off and on for like a decade. And I just like, you gotta like sometimes ask, like, so I'm like, if you like it, I love it. But you told me you wanted to be married and have children and all of that. And do you see being able to get there with him, or while he's taken up space in your life that could be taken up by somebody who is more serious about you? Like, so I'm going to hold up the mirror. I'm going to ask the hard question. Like, look, I'm not telling to tell you how to live your life. I am a judgment free zone. I cannot emphasize that like hard, like enough. But like when you're telling me you're unhappy and you've been telling me you're unhappy about the same thing over and over and over again, I
Mm-hmm.
am going to start to be like, well,
What's your
what
solution?
are you going to do? Like, you're not asking me for
Mm-hmm.
solutions, and that's fine. And I certainly don't think that I would know the right solution for you. But what are you doing about it? Because if you're
Mm-hmm.
this unhappy about it, where is your solutioning? Um, and but like still, like I'm on your side. I'm with you. Whatever we're doing. I mean, if I don't like him though, I am probably going to do things to make him like. If I don't like him and you're still into him, I'm like, um, he's the worst. Your standards are in hell. Can we all do better?
Mm.
But
Yeah.
And see, when it comes to that, I'm more so like sometimes people do change, and all at the same time. But like I said, I don't fool people like that. So I don't got like no whole bunch of friends to even say this about. But I know I would be like, as much as I see people go back to the same person, I can say what I want, and that person is still going to go back.
mhm.
So who am I to say how I feel about this person? And I voice my opinion. I just leave everything to myself. You gonna find out. That's why I just asked you a shit ton of questions, and you make your own informed decision. or whether or not you're happy or you want to stay.
So I was on this board of directors, and there was this woman, and I went out with her for a while and determined that she was batshit crazy for me.
Oh wow.
Okay,
Well, dang.
for me. There was another
Dang.
woman, but we were still on the board together, and we functioned well on the board together. Another friend of ours who's on the board started dating her, and I just said, well, okay, And afterwards, when she discovered that she was batshit crazy, she said, well, why didn't
Wow.
you tell me? And I said, because she didn't work for me. That
For
didn't
you.
mean that
Right.
it wasn't going to work for you. So I let you form your own opinion. Now that we are of
Mm-hmm.
one accord, we can stay on this board together, and we both understand that she's batshit crazy. But
Yeah.
but it wasn't for me just because she and I didn't work out for me to go, well,
Mm-hmm.
she's all right. Because they could have worked. And for a while, they looked like they were just happier than she'd been with me. So, it was like, you know, it always comes to light after a while. I just had to sit back and smile, and go, mm-hmm, you know. But we can all continue to function on the board
Mm-hmm.
together
Right.
moving forward because then it was about the organization and what we were there to do.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to Miss Michelle, when she says that, I feel like that's not just um like a woman thing. That's a life thing. That's a thing where sometimes there's a lot of people in society that want to tell somebody else about somebody else's experience and not let them make their own informed decision. And then you look like the bad guy. So it's like, just let them have their own informed decision. I'm not here to tell you how to feel about this person. Just pay attention. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Just pay
So I
attention.
guess
Just because you don't have the same experience I do does not mean that I'm gonna have the same. You know what I mean? We don't all have the same experiences from everybody.
is there a line, and I know that's not as no I know it's not my turn to host and all that, but I just had a question. Is there a line where, like, if somebody were abusive to you, where you would feel like I need to tell people that he's abusive or she's abusive?
Hmm.
Like, I mean, crazy is one thing because I agree. Crazy could be like,
Yeah.
like you, for whatever reasons, like you could be bringing out the crazy in that person, and it won't show up for
Hmm.
the next person. And I believe, like, if it just doesn't work out, like there's no reason to just be bad talking people, like, just because. But like, if
Right.
there's like other things, like if it's like, oh, he's like a serial cheater, I could never stop him from cheating, like, and you knew his next person, would you tell her? Like, do you feel like there's a
I
line
wouldn't.
where like there's the behavior is egregious enough that it needs to be made public, or do you feel like it's always like,
I feel like it depends because I'm a firm believer, as I always say, I'm a lover. So we want people to change. We have to allow those people to change. That person could be with me and cheat on me 100 times, but get with you and and they don't cheat on you at all. But meanwhile, you have this perception in the back of your mind that I've told you he cheated on me 20 times. And Ariel's over here like, well, he's good to me. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't feel like I should give you that perception. I feel like you should have, like, if you come to me and you know he was dating me and you start having these issues, and then be like, yeah, I had these issues. You know what I mean? How come you didn't tell me? Because I don't want to badmouth this person and you can have a whole nother experience. Now, if it comes to like different things of like, I would say sometimes it could draw the line. But like I said, I've never had I don't have these experiences with people, but I know there could be some times where, like murderers and things of that. Like if he straight kills somebody, you know what I mean? Like cold blood, I might be like, yo, Ariel, I'm gonna send you this link. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
know what I mean? I'm gonna send you this link. Is this, you know what I mean? Like if we really cool, like if we real, like if we're cool, yeah, but like just some random like girl, or like if you got to be my sister, or you got to be somebody close for me to tell you something bad about somebody, because it's not my place to tell you all the negative about somebody. Plus, I just feel like that just feels weird for me to just be telling you a whole bunch of negative stuff. That don't feel right.
There are things that are lines, like, like if someone is abusive, and the person who who is getting to it is drawn to that, to sort of say, you need to check their background. Are you sure about that? If they are, you know, if they've done their time, it's okay. I don't have to tell you that they're ex-felon. That's for them to do. But if they are
Right.
living a life of crime, I'd say don't let them use your car. I mean, if every time they come over, something is up missing out your medicine cabinet. I mean, there are certain things.
You're right. Send you that link, Ariel. I'm about to send you that link.
So hey, really, there you go. There's that link. There's something that you tell them.
I'm about to send you that link.
There are things that if
Make your own informed decisions.
that could cause them to get, I don't want to know that, well, Lee's got 7 bodies out in her backyard and that axe under her bed, under her bed. I'm gonna let you know,
Dang, Lee.
I'm like, peek under Lee's bed before you get too comfortable.
Yeah, let me send you that link, Ariel.
Yeah,
Ariel's got a fever of 250 degrees, and I got dead bodies.
Right. Dang.
I mean, so
You all right over there, Ariel? You got 7 bodies.
Right
I'm
under
just
there.
waiting on mine.
Yeah, no, that's hilarious.
So there are things that yes, you should. When you see that, and if you know someone can be a danger that you could, but behaviors, like you said, they might cheat on 99 women, but this is the one.
Mhm.
And
I don't think I'd mention anything. First of all, they probably cheated with if there's an ex, they cheated on them to be with you. So you already know they're a cheater.
Mm-hmm.
And you still took that leap. So
Mhm.
that's that. But yeah, I think I'd want you to tell me if like they were a murderer and
Got 7 bodies.
Well, I was really thinking
Yeah,
about
dead
like
they've
bodies
done their
everywhere.
time and they're rehabilitated. That's okay.
I mean, so this is real. So I had
I mean,
I had
I
an
don't
ex.
know. I don't know.
I mean, I had an ex that was like a cheater, and I didn't feel the need to tell his girl that his his overlap new girl, because when I found out about her, I was like, I'm over it. But like I did tell her, I was like, he likes to put his hands on people when he gets mad, so that's just something to keep in mind. You do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I do want to tell you, in case you didn't know, that our relationship wasn't over when your relationship started. That's on you. Do what you want with that. But he gets handsy when he's angry. But I'm out. So that was it. Like, I wasn't having deep conversations. I wouldn't have told her anything except for I went to go get my stuff and she was sitting in, she was in the space and I was like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. You're Linda, right? Cool. Like, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like abuse, I think that's some of that girl code stuff. Like if you know somebody's abusive, like, I mean, I'm not like Facebook stalking anybody to be like, oh my gosh, look, he like following him around being like, he hit me once. Like, that's not what we do. But if you knew that and you found out, if you knew somebody was abusive and you saw them getting into other relationships and you knew the women, would you tell?
I mean, when you also have to understand that sometimes you can tell that woman that they are abusive, and you know what? They're going to do it anyhow. So, I mean, there's a part that you can, certain things that are dangerous, you can let them know, but by the same token, they're going to make their own decision, and you have to be okay with that because it's not you.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
I mean,
So what about I can be mad at my friend, but you better not say a damn thing about my friend.
facts.
Is that
I'm gonna be real. I feel like it depends on the situation, because there are times where I can say, you know what, like I said, I don't fool with people, so I ain't really got this. I don't really have nobody to say this about except for like close family members, really. There are certain like I'm a firm believer, like, you can have your own informed decision about how you feel about my. I will just say, like, my sister, you can have your own informed decision about my sisters, right? But in my space and in my face, It just depends on what you're saying. Now, if I know what you're saying, like, say my sister is a serial cheater, right? She always cheating, and the girl's like, "Well, she always cheating." I'm not gonna go back and forth with you about it. I'm just not gonna say nothing. But what you won't do is like, you won't like straight like bash her back. Like, you can't be in my face and just be like coming at her. And I'm just gonna continue to say, like, you can say how you feel, you can express your feelings, and you can express your emotion, but I'm not gonna let you like come at her like you trying to fight her in front of me, because that's just not gonna happen, you know. But other than that, like, yeah, I'm a firm believer. You can say what you want. You can have your own, and I may give you my opinion. I'm gonna ask questions of why you feel the way you feel, what makes you say that, you know. But if my sister's a serial cheater and you sitting here talking about my sister being a serial cheater, I know she a serial cheater. I can't back that. I'm gonna just sit there and look at you like, but I'm not gonna sit here and let you have no hour conversation about her. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
when you gonna stop? Like,
So
you're just not gonna sit there and keep talking.
so I just feel like, I mean, I guess I would hope that my friends would defend me in rooms that I'm not in. I mean, there's one thing if somebody is saying something true, then I just hope that they tell me like, oh, that somebody was saying something, did that happen? That doesn't seem great. But like, I mean, if we're just talking trash to be talking trash, like, no, you don't get to do that. I don't care what, like, I don't care if I'm beefing with her right now. Like, I don't know who you're talking about. Um, when I think about my family, like, so, like, I mean, nobody, like, I don't really love it when anybody really talks about my kids. They're my kids. Um,
Mm-mm.
but
They off limits.
yeah, but like, for example, like, you know, when this is kind of like a weird one because like when my sister-in-law, well now ex-sister-in-law, used to complain about my brother, and I would be like trying to be like yeah, we're friends, but that's my brother, but yeah, go ahead and vent because who else are you gonna vent to? But like also like, well, can like I feel like I'm only getting your side of it. You know, like I'm trying to like be the most impartial because I'm not gonna go like I was like, I just want to be clear. Are you just venting? Because I'm not gonna go yell at him. I'm not gonna go say to him what you aren't willing to say to him about his behavior. You know, I'm like that's not what's gonna happen. So are you telling me because you just want to like talk about it and then get an opinion on it? Because I'm happy to give that to you and be that for you. But like I'm not gonna like it's not a sides thing, you know what I mean? Like because like you're telling me your side and I can hear that and that seems really frustrating to me what I'm hearing from you about that sucks. I mean, I'll tell you right now, like some of the stuff he said to her, I was like he was when they have three kids. um he was telling her he really wanted her to breastfeed really badly, and I was like, well, he gets to have an opinion about breastfeeding when he's got breast to feed his kids with. Like that's just that, you know. Like but but like that wasn't really like that was not really like a sides thing. I was like, well, that was a crazy thing for him to say, and I'm gonna say to her, yeah, that was crazy. I'm gonna say to him, that was crazy. You need to calm down. Like it's hard enough doing all of the things about making a baby, and now we're not adding to that. um you know, that's some girl code solidarity there, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. But like I can't be out and about and hear somebody saying untrue things about people that I know, and I'm just gonna like quietly like sit there. I don't care if we have beef at the time. It's like, no, you don't get to talk about her like that. Like maybe this is a professional setting and it's not appropriate to be talking about her like that at all. Um and or I don't know that to be true, and this doesn't really seem like the place for that.
Yeah, I agree with the setting too. Like, it also depends on the setting. Like, if we're in a professional setting, like, I don't think we should sit back be bashing nobody like that. Like, I'm the type of person, I really do sit back and just mind my business and let people speak. But if you like, just don't, you can't go too far, because I like people to at least express their feelings. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, but don't go too long, and don't talk.
Don't go too long.
You know what I mean? Like, I get you may not like certain things, but don't talk too long. And you know what I mean? Like, don't come at me like you mad at me, like you ready to fight me, because that's just wrong. Other than that, I just be minding my business and let people vent and talk. And like I said, I don't have a bunch of friends or people I hang out with, so I don't even really have like a leg to stand on in this conversation, kind of, sort of.
You know, people are going to talk, you know, and people get mad at each other, and that's fine. I don't like to get caught up in the
Hmm.
middle of people's stuff. You know, I really don't, you know. And I've gone like, you know what? Don't need to be talking to me about this. You need to go and talk to them about it because I don't really care. I'm busy. I'm about my life, and if this is not affecting me in my life, I'm not about it. So y'all need to go over there and work it out. Y'all need to go over there and work it out. I don't like to get involved in people's things. I try to be consistent with who I am and what I would do with some things. I know that some people would go like, and Michelle said that. And usually they'll say, well, you should have got to know her better because you would have known she was going to do that. I mean, and that's okay. I don't have, and everything that I do is not perfect. And some people are going to be pissed about it. Say it to my face and I'll talk
Mm-hmm.
about it. But if you know, Lee and I have an issue. Lee and I need to talk about it. And I'm not going to call
Mm-hmm.
Ariel and say, you know what Lee said. Lee said that blue dress I was wearing was a hot ass mess.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, and I'm not going to pull her in there. And because all she can say is, well, she did say it. She did say she liked
Mm-hmm.
blue. So, y'all go work it out. You know, I don't like to get caught up in other people's drama. Life is too short to
Mm-hmm.
get caught up in
It
people's
is.
drama when often these arguments, that's all it is, drama, where they need to just go on in the corner, talk it out, slug it out, kiss it
Mm-hmm.
out, hug it out, whatever, and be done with it.
Yeah, it's built off emotions.
Mind my business.
Right, I'm with you, Miss Michelle. I'm with you. Like I'm mind my business. Like I'm not saying I wouldn't take up for people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm like Miss Michelle. I mind my business. It's not my place. Like maybe that's why I don't got no whole bunch of close friends because I don't got time for a whole bunch of people's drama. I'm not defending everybody in every space. Like I don't got time for that. A lot of people are built off. They get mad off of emotions. They built off, and that's like, are you mad about the situation or are you just mad? You know what I mean? Like do I not like Ariel because me and Ariel had a situation? So let me tell Lee not to like, now me and Lee don't like each other because we don't like. No, that's not what it is. If I got a problem with Ariel, like Miss Michelle said, you know what, Ariel, what's up? Like I heard blah 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 blah, and we gonna be cordial, cool, and calm. You know what I mean? But it ain't got nothing to do with Lee, and Lee shouldn't have to defend Ariel, or Michelle shouldn't have to defend Ariel because me and Ariel dislike each other. It should be a conversation that me and Ariel can have respectfully. And if we don't hash it out, oh well, then it is what it is.
Hmm.
So let me ask this. Your best friend can't sing for shit.
Oh
Oh
wow.
yeah. You've heard them in the car. They walk around the house. They can't sing happy birthday. But all of a
Mm.
sudden, all of a
They won't go on
sudden,
American Idol.
do, so this is hype or tell the truth.
Mm.
You're
Uh,
out,
Oh, I'm telling the truth.
truth.
and yep, you're
Truth.
all of a
Truth.
sudden, yep, all of a sudden it's like
Truth.
she's out of tune,
Truth.
out there singing in front of everybody, grabbing the
Mm.
microphone, and then she comes up off of it, and everybody's like, everyone around you is lying.
Oh
Girl, that was
no.
so good.
Mm-mm.
What are you doing? I mean, like,
I'm
you
not
I'm
gotta
that
play the
friend.
no,
game.
I'm not the lying to
no.
you friend. That's not me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with Ariel. We ain't lying. I'm not telling you to go on American Idol or nothing. Like don't ask me because I'm gonna be like, you sure? Like, like Miss Michelle, when we were singing in the car the other day, like, you sure you want to go on American Idol? I told you I'm gonna question you to death. You sure? You Miss Michelle might be like, yeah, I'm sure I want to go, and I'm be like, all right, I'm gonna be there to support you, but don't get mad because you know what I mean. We all be like, Miss Michelle, we all know you can't sing for
Yeah,
real.
I mean, I
You
might
know what I
try
mean?
to
Like,
soften it with jokes at first, like
yeah,
who
like
sung that? Who sung that song? Let them sing it. Like one of those.
right.
But if they were like about to be like, whoa, wait, no, like, for real though, like,
Yeah,
not
hold up,
like
wait.
stop,
I don't think you want to go that
stop.
far
I need,
because then you put me in a predicament where we get in that point where just what you just talk about. Now somebody in your face talking about your friend, and we know she can't sing. And we know she can't sing. Now I gotta defend you, knowing good and darn well you can't sing. Now if we doing karaoke, oh, you better have fun. You better sing your heart
yeah, but
out.
that's
Like,
no one's expecting you to sing. But like, if you're jumping up to
yeah,
like lead
now
the
we trying.
charge, like
Yeah,
at
no,
church or
no.
whatever, like, girl, you know you can't
Uh-uh.
sing. Sit down, stop. It's like,
Well, see, if we at church, we're supposed to encourage people, right? So you encourage them in church, but like if we trying to go on American Idol, we trying to win some stuff. Nah, Ariel, sit down. You know better. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Don't ask me my opinion or listen. Don't do that. If we going cross country, I'm not buying the ticket. I'll come if you buy my ticket, but I'm not buying it because we know you can't sing.
My best friend can't sing. She knows it. We've gone across country and we were listening to in the car and we were listening to someone and I'm going like, it's a solo, not a duet. Okay. So hold that. And if she got up and sang at something the next day, she'd say, how drunk was I?
Oh Lord.
And I said, you were so drunk. You thought you were Whitney
Mm.
Houston, girl. And then she was like, oh my God. She said, why didn't you stop me? I said, because you wanted to sing. Go for it. Go for it, But no, she knows she can't sing. Everybody who knows her knows she can't sing. And she's pretty damn funny when she does try to sing. So it turns into a laughable moment.
So like she
That's
knows she
funny.
can't sing, but she likes to sing.
Or
Yeah.
especially if she's had a little liquid encouragement.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then she is. You can't tell her she's not Whitney Houston, Chaka Khan, Mary
Okay.
J. Blige. She's somebody. She's somebody. She's
Oh, we
gonna
could
get
go
up
out.
on
Oh, I
the
could go out with her.
note, and we go like, oh, all right. Once she thought she was Dolly Parton, and I said,
Ugh.
and like I said, the next morning was, how drunk was I, Michelle? Pretty damn drunk. You thought you were Dolly Parton.
Oh my gosh.
Not Dolly
I know.
though. Dolly, Ariel. What?
Yeah, I don't know what I would do. Yeah, I'm the honest friend. Like I'm the one who would like I was the one when we went out like way even back in the day, like in college, just like, ooh, those are too tight. They don't look good. You look best in clothes that fit you. Don't do too much. Like that was me always. Like, ooh, that's not for you. It was like, are you telling me I look fat? I mean, I was gonna try to not tell you that you look fat, but if we're just being really honest, yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna say it's not very flattering. That's what I'm.
I
Right.
appreciate your confidence, but no one else is appreciating it.
But so yeah, I'm always that. I'm the. Ooh, you have something in your teeth, friend.
Oh yeah, that's me.
I'm the
I'm the one that tell you pull your pants up because your butt crack is
yep.
showing.
That's yeah,
I'm the one that
exactly.
go pull it down.
Ooh,
I'm the one
Yep,
that
I
goes and
poke
pull it
it.
down.
You need to put this away.
Stop.
no. God.
Put this away. I can see it.
Be like, you got air back there. I'm the type of friend that goes and pulls your shirt down. Be like, oh, whisper in your ear, your crack was showing. I know I did this one time at a basketball event, and we were not friends. It was just a mom. The way she turned around and looked at me, I said, you know what? I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna just let it. I'm gonna just let you have it all out. It's just all out, and I hope people get pictures. And I hope you end up on social media that your butt crack is out because all I tried to do was help you. She looked at me so crazy. I was like, you know what? Nope, it's all
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I guess like if we're out and about, well, like so. I mean, I don't know. I literally that's how I got my best friend. Is I noticed something and I was discreet in telling her like, hey, you have a problem, go handle it and let me know if I can help, kind of a thing. And that's literally like she just was like, oh my god, that was so kind of you, and she just like thought that I was so nice, which I mean, she knows now, but that's what
You learned a
she
lesson.
learned. But that's what she thought then. And I've always been like that. Like if I see somebody like, with like toilet paper on their shoe or their dress like tucked into their stockings or whatever, like I'm gonna be like, ooh, let me hook you up. Like don't go out like that. But like I would only tell my friends, like, oh, what do you think? Like if they ask, like, what do you think of that? I don't love it on you. Um,
Yeah, just don't ask me. If you don't want to know the truth, don't
yeah,
ask
I'm
me.
not the lying about it. I'm not the lying. I don't want people to lie
Yeah,
to me either. Like how you gonna have
And
me out here looking a mess?
yeah.
I
Please don't
don't
tell me.
understand if I
Mhm.
tell you, don't ask me if you don't want to know. Then you
Right.
ask me and get mad at me.
Yeah, don't do that. I always say, don't ask me if you don't want to know the truth.
I
Because
mean,
what you
I
getting
can
mad at
have
me for?
people,
Because I tell you the truth.
I'm terrible. And I'm just like, that does not look flattering. You look like a sausage that got stuffed into the wrong meat
Stop
basket.
it.
I'm just, I don't want them to leave the house. I wouldn't want somebody to let me leave the house like that. Like I will leave the house and look at Ariel and go, "How did you let me leave the house with my hair looking like this?" And she was like, "Well, I mean, I didn't pay attention, or I didn't." I'm like, I can't believe
Or
you did
I'll be
that.
like, it didn't look like that before, like you ran your hands through it. So give it another tussle.
Stop it. Give it another tussle.
She does. She's like, "You need to," or she'll just start fixing it. Why did you touch it? It was fine. You can fix that. Why is this
Straight
doing
mom
this?
vibe.
I'm like, I don't know why anything's doing anything, but you let me leave the house. We're not friends, so that's it.
Leave me alone for right now.
So, so I think tonight what we figured out was is that women, we built, whether it's instinctual or not instinctual, passed down from generation to generation, we have learned to build support systems for ourselves, either in other women or the people that we're around on a day-to-day basis, um, and that we offer that support to people even if the world didn't offer that support to us. And these unspoken rules or spoken rules or whatever are not silly in situations. That more than likely they're survival or trauma instincts, but mostly they're acts of kindness. We tend to be kind to one another, even if we're not kind to ourselves. They make communities out of us. They are the reason why most of us have made it through moments we didn't even realize that we needed assistance with, or that it was dangerous or heavy. So if you've ever locked eyes with a stranger or had some sort of gut feeling when you've walked into a room, no matter what that room looks like, it could be a networking event. If you've ever given a compliment or stepped in spaces that you didn't quite belong in, but it made it safer for someone else. If you offered a compliment or a tissue, then you are a part of a sisterhood that has spanned through generations and time. I think that these are instincts that we have to nurture and to take care of each other. So I trust this. I trust this instinct I have to protect other women, um, to protect children. It's what makes me protect elderly people and people with disabilities. I think it's just something that we have within us. And those are the things that I call leadership, because those are the qualities that we need in order to lead other people to these great kindnesses that the world needs, especially now. And I find a lot of camaraderie with everyone in this Queen's chat, even though when we started, we it seemed as though we all had so many things that would separate us in the ways that we do things. Because I think that Kanisha's very independent nature is opposite of mine. Um, Not that I'm codependent on everyone or I don't have independence. I don't have Kanisha or strength. And I think that that's really like a cool thing that I've learned in this year of doing this podcast. I've learned that Miss Michelle is quiet, but I think of her like a tree. You can see that it bends with the wind because that's what keeps it from cracking. But it's that strength of character that I like so much, that has given me reason to think about things in different ways. And I love the fact that Ariel always has my back, like on screen, off screen, when I'm not in a room. Like, I'm not always easy to understand. Sometimes I just do things with, not even sometimes. I generally do not. I am a run straight into the situation and then have a discussion on what I should have done better, all the time. And I think that that is not always seen as, complimentary. So in rooms that I'm not in, Ariel makes sure that I'm understood. So these are great things that I've learned, being a part of this podcast this year, that, I see things and the way that I view things have been muddled. And I really have enjoyed having conversations. I know we're a few of these episodes out of being done with this segment, and I'll miss being able to spend Mondays with y'all, but I've enjoyed every last bit of it. So I asked Miss Michelle before we got started today. She said that she spends her holidays not getting COVID or the flu or sick. And that sounds like a great way to not um, end a year. But does anybody have like a ritual or you know a something that you do during the holiday season that is just your kind of thing?
Um,
I like to cook. So for me, it's cooking. Um, because I don't know. I think we were on here after the holiday for after. Yeah, we've been on here since things. I think I spoke on this from the holiday from Thanksgiving. I love to cook. So when you love cooking soul food and your whole entire diet has to change, um, learning to cook dairy free and gluten free is very costly. So learning to be able to turn all of that into healthy soul food. Um, I love to cook. I don't know. My boys have not decided what they wanted me to cook for the holiday this year. Last year we made homemade Chipotle bowls. So that was fun. I made everything, had all the fixings or whatever, but we made our own homemade Chipotle bowls, so that was fun. I'm just a lover when it comes to the holidays, so I think things have changed a little in the last years, in the last couple of years. My kids are older, so 14 and about to be 21. So I don't do the whole big hoopla anymore. So yeah, I would love to like one day maybe, be able to do some things again, but I'm not really a big it doesn't because my love comes from all year round. So as long as like I said, food is I love to cook. So my love is in the food too. It's the music, it's the dancing we do while we're cooking and they get to get their favorite. So I feel like that's a trend that we can carry on until I have great great grandkids. You know what I mean? Like, what do we want for Let's take a poll. What is my mom cooking for the holiday this year? You know what I mean? Something like that. So food is a thing for me. Food and music.
for me on well, so Christmas Eve, the only presents we open is pajamas. And then we wear those pajamas all day Christmas Day. It's pajama day all day. Like it's just like a pajama party with my family. And, I love that. And I feel like, I was worried that like, as my boys got older, that they would want, no, everybody's super into it. It doesn't matter what we're doing. Like sometimes we're cooking. We have even had Christmas dinner, like, catered, like we've had like food come in. But like the fact that we just were all like hanging out, like in our pajamas, like it just felt like just such a low key, relaxed day. That's my favorite part. It's just that we're just like hanging out and chilling, and then like, you know, and appreciating each other and enjoying each other's company, and that's my favorite part of the day. Just hanging out in pajamas all day.
Miss Michelle likes, what was it you said she likes? Reading or binge watching
I'll binge watch
something.
something different, something that I haven't seen, and I go like, and I don't watch a lot of TV, but sometimes I'll go and I go like, oh yeah, I remember back in the day somebody's mentioned about this, and I'll watch it, you know, and that could be okay, or it can be something new, or documentaries. I mean, I think the documentaries are really, cool. I like those. But one of the things that you were talking about, Lee, that I think that has really come good out of all of this is no matter where someone who's watching this is in their life, I think that they've been able to hear a little bit of themselves coming from one of us, or seeing something new in their community based on what we're talking about. And I think that in that way, sometimes just, you might not even think about it. But, when you think like, I'm not the only one who doesn't, you have a whole bunch of group of people like Kanisha does, but look at her, she's doing this, or the things that Ariel does, or the things that you do. So I think that no matter where anyone is in their life over the course of time, there's been a broad enough potpourri where someone can, everybody could, I think, has found something that either they saw in themselves, they saw in their community, or they want to do better. I want to be more like Ariel. I want to be more like Lee. I want to be more like Kanisha. And I think that that's the beauty of having such similar but diverse opinions.
Mhm.
You know?
Agreed.
Mhm.
Agreed. Definitely agreed. I've learned so much from you guys. Like today, like I said, I don't go out, so I had no clue what an angel shot was.
Me neither, girl.
Is that you? Is that universal?
Yeah,
Like, is that at all bars?
yeah.
At
An angel shot. There's another one, but I can't remember it right now. But an angel shot is like they're basically just supposed to make sure you get to your car or home, like if you get a ride safely, and that the person who was a problem for you is in the bar the whole time. Now they might take you to the side, like sometimes, like if you call for an angel shot and then, like, once you're alone, you say, oh well, I saw him put something in my drink or something like that, and there might be other steps to take. But yeah, an angel shot is a it's an indicator. I am not safe, I do not feel safe in the company, but I am trying to indicate that, like, low key. I mean, obviously, if it becomes like incredibly well known, then if you ask for an angel shot, like the person with you might, you know, start acting up. But in theory, like the reason you're sitting in a public space, if you're saying I'm not safe, um, people are going to hopefully respond defensively for you. And he's not just going to like, even if, like, I guess I always imagine, like, what's the worst case scenario? Like, he gets angry, but now he's being angry for everybody to see. And obviously you're going to get away from him.
right,
Or he
right.
leaves, like maybe
You're
he
just
just
missing the
leaves,
point.
like maybe he leaves the place. Um, but yes, that's kind of one of those things that a lot of restaurants and bars know. I heard that because I had friends that used to work at Friendlies, and I mean Fridays, TGI Fridays. I know that seems like a crazy place to like get that information, but that was back when they used to have those giant bowl drinks. Remember, you used to get like those ultimate like margaritas or whatever, like, and so people would
Mhm.
go get like wasted at like a Fridays. But like, you go there and you ask for an angel shot. Like anywhere that alcohol is served, you should be asking, like, you should know
You
what
should
that
know.
means, so that if someone asks for
Okay.
it, that
'Cause I didn't know that. Like, I had no clue, and I know sometimes people get on my nerves, and I literally like, my face to tell myself, or I'll get up and walk away if something has ever happened, like, I just know how it would be, and, it was but I didn't know what an angel shot meant if I'm by myself. So if y'all come up and you remember those other things, let me know, because I feel like that's something that I wanna let the community
Mhm.
know. Like myself, do people really know what an angel shot is? Do people really does everybody know what an angel shot is? Because most people I know I didn't. So if I
And the
didn't
same thing with the hand. A lot of
Yeah,
people don't know what that means.
right.
Hmm.
See, I knew, but I think I forgot because I don't, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I
flashing
don't
that means that the person is in danger. Like, so, like, a lot of times you'll see that, like, with like a kid or a woman, like, walking through a public space, like maybe they're in a park, or maybe they're walking out of an airport or onto a bus or onto a train or something. And like that, you need to be paying attention to. It's I can't yell because maybe he's got a knife, or or
right.
something, but I'm not safe, I'm in danger, I'm indicating that I'm in danger. Please do something. Like, and maybe all you do is just call the police and follow, you know what I mean? Like, because you don't know what
Mhm.
the situation is. Like, you might not be, if you can't see both of somebody's hands, like, don't do a thing that might get somebody stabbed or shot. But take a picture, call the police, note your location. This person has indicated that they're not safe, that this is not their parent or their boyfriend or husband or dad or whatever. um yeah.
Well, I appreciate y'all for teaching me because I learned so much. And it is this is our last one of the year, right? Is this our
Yes.
last show of the
Hmm.
year?
Um,
No. The last show of the year, right? Because 2026, are we
I
back
think
on
so.
2026?
I'm not sure. um
neither. I
This is
This
the
is
last.
our
Yes.
last show of the year.
Yes,
Yes.
the
What
chest.
is yes?
Yeah,
Yes. This is the last one of the year.
Yes.
the
Okay.
last one of the year. But are we back on
I
2026?
think so. Yeah, because we're not doing it.
Yeah, I think we have 2 more episodes.
Oh, we only had a certain amount of episodes. How come I didn't know? Maybe I ain't pay
I
attention.
thought she said in one of her chats something about this one and 2 more.
Yeah, that's what I thought. There were a few more, but not many. And definitely this is still the last one of the year. So we won't see each other again until 2026. Hopefully,
Well, Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year. Happy
Yes,
holidays,
Happy
whatever
New Year.
holidays everybody celebrate.
Yes, Happy New Year, new love, new everything. Happy just new you in different aspects for better self-love within. So, yeah, I'll see y'all, I guess, next year. Oh, y'all, guess what?
What's that?
Oh,
I got my Ally Award yesterday.
I love that.
Where is it?
I got my Ally Award yesterday from I Am Me. Yes, I did. I'm super excited. Thank you. Thank you to I Am Me and whoever nominated me.
Do
But
you
yeah,
have it there where we can see it?
they're supposed to mail it to me, so I'll make sure I tag y'all when I get it.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, look, y'all, I got it. They said it's shelf worthy. So I'm gonna make sure it's picture worthy
Here we
too.
go.
I love it. Alrighty, ladies, that's all I had tonight. I appreciate y'all's honesty,
Thank you.
and we'll have a good
So
year and
until
start off
next
Until
year.
next year.
See y'all next time.
next year.
Bye.
Good night.